What's up, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs? Welcome to your September monthly tarot reading. This is specifically geared more towards Aquarius Rising, so highly recommend that you check out your rising sign in addition to your sun or moon placements. Yes, these will be general readings for those who associate strongly with Aquarius. Please come into the reading with an open heart, an open mind, a desire to learn something, to better yourself. If the messages that come through don't resonate, feel free to push them aside. They may resonate for you at a later date. Let's see. You are accountable and responsible for all your own actions and decisions. This is optional advice or guidance. Other than that, let's try and have some fun. We're going to hop right in. We're using Grunge Tarot for a change. I thought it would be fun. All right, bottom of your deck is the Five of Pentacles. All right, I instantly heard feeling kind of lost in life. But don't fret over that message, because I'm going to give you some helpful keys, powering through. Five of Pentacles can sometimes indicate just a little bit of illness too. So maybe you're just not feeling great. I have something about headaches or migraines. That wouldn't come out of nowhere. I'm not a medical doctor. I don't typically even do those types of things in my tarot. But I do feel like some of you, if you already suffer from headaches or migraines, it might be a month where you want to either be prepared for that to happen, have a plan B in case you need to call out of work, something like that. Yeah, just maybe not feeling yourself, feeling kind of lethargic or low energy. Let's take a look at why that is. But yeah, and sometimes Five of Pentacles can indicate some money struggles too. So we're going to look into all that and see. And hopefully I can get you some helpful solutions, or at least some comforting words to help get you by. This is by no means fated, right? You have authority and agency in your own life. This is just a tarot reading, guys, right? So we have a new moon that's going to be in your 8th house. And your 8th house there's going to be a focus there anyway, because it's Virgo season. Again, I'm speaking specifically to Aquarius Rising here. You have the Nine of Swords there. So yeah, there we go. There's a little bit of that energy of kind of feeling, yeah, like a lot on your plate. It doesn't have to be stress, but it may manifest as stress or just worrying. It just seems like you're trying to make forward progress in something, maybe many things, and it just feels like you're getting slammed with a lot of obstacles. So Mercury retrograde is happening there too. So this may have to do with, loans, payouts, contracts, where you're sort of needing to go back and reequate, re-sign, renegotiate. Anytime there's a Mercury retrograde, typically it brings back things of the past that we need to redo or reassess. That word right? Very, very important, R-E. It's not the end of the world, but it's I'm getting the sense that you already have a lot on your plate, and so things kind of firing back and coming back at you, you're kind of just like, enough is enough. Like, I don't want to do this anymore. The good news is there is going to be a new moon in that section too. So it could be that this is the start of like a new undertaking where there will be more success. Excuse me. And let's see. And I say that because there is going to be some helpful trines to the planet Jupiter this month. There's going to be some tricky ones too. So the negative impact of Jupiter is that it can be excess and overdoing things, overspending. But if you're mindful of that, when we have some helpful aspects of Jupiter, it's going to bring maybe abundance or good energy or good fortune or positive connections. It can certainly bring money. Let's see, for you, it may even have to do with partnership. I'm not going to go there yet because we're not quite there. But let's see. So yeah, you have the Five of Swords and the Nine of Swords regarding money issues or some sort of contract where there's multiple players involved in terms of money. Some of you may be struggling on a more psychological level with either self-worth issues, which also kind of trickles over, how conveniently, into money stuff. And maybe the two are related. Some of you, if you're trying out a new career or something that's a little bit fish out of water for you, it could be that you're just having self-doubts, like it's not the immediate success you thought it would be, or you're just realizing you're a little bit, again, out of your depths. I think you're being encouraged by the universe for trying something new, and just because the situation now isn't necessarily comforting or pleasing or what you thought it was going to be, doesn't mean it won't get better. You definitely have some Saturn stuff coming in here. So again, self-worth issues are coming through very much. So if you're not already in counseling or talking to a therapist, that might be something you want to pursue, because I mean, everybody needs, a good person on their team rooting for them, and also sort of an unbiased point of view, right? To help you just kind of sort through some stuff in your head. And I'm just putting that out there. Some of you already know that counseling is a really good resource. And I'm saying that just because, especially with the new moon, this might be a really good time to start that if that has been something that you've been considering but hesitant to do. Because I'm worried that you have a lot of stress on your plate and it's getting overwhelming, and you never sort of want to start therapy when you're already at the breaking point, right? You want to get there early on enough so that you can, sort through your problems and not feel like you're in crisis mode. I don't see any towers, right? So I don't necessarily see crisis mode, but I do see some cards indicating just not quite where I want to be this month. You definitely have some fives. And fives are all about challenges and obstacles and oppositions. My favorite tarot reader always says that the agents of change and chaos. So if anyone can handle that, it's an Aquarius, right? But change is not always comfortable, right? It's opportunities for growth and learning. And so embrace it as that, right? Don't, I hate to say don't, that sounds so strict and rigid, but I would encourage you to not lean into, if you're a diehard perfectionist, right, and expect a lot from yourself, if you're very hard on yourself and judgmental, which a lot of Aquarians can be, I would treat yourself with a little bit more comfort and ease and more flexibility in giving, because there's some tricky energy right now, and it's not because of you, it's not because of choices you made. There's a lot of external conflict right now. So help available to you, a boss or a mentor figure, someone who you look up to, has been in a similar situation and may know something to say to sort of put your mind at ease. A father figure may be able to help you out with money, if that's at all a concern, or a paternal figure. If it's not a father figure, it could be a grandfather. It's very masculine energy. It could be, an uncle, something like that. Someone may help to get you out of a bind. And again, offer some sort of advice or guidance if they've been in a similar situation, or it's just that you kind of need some outside perspective. And I do think something involving your career, there could be a mentor that comes through who could be very helpful and, show you the ropes or give you that piece of advice that it's like, oh my gosh, why didn't I know that months ago? That would have helped me. Or I don't know if it's months ago, but especially a Capricorn especially may come to your aid. There might be sort of a mutual benefit of you guys coming together to sort of problem solve. Let's see. Saving money is a good idea. I don't see you guys going crazy with spending money. But yeah, reeling in the spending would be helpful. Some of you may actually choose to sell some old items in your house or garage or attic. And you may actually have some, I don't know if they're antiques or they're just like in high demand, but you could make a significant chunk of money selling old stuff if that's of interest to you, and that could maybe help cushion the blow of some financial bills or some money struggles. We'll put it that way. In terms of your career, we're going to look at dating and romance as well. I kind of went down that path because I don't know, my eye as a tarot reader always goes to like, what do we need to look at and fix, or where can I help, versus all like, the fun bells and whistles. So I don't mean to be negative. It's my strong Saturn in my chart. It's like, okay, the responsibility, what do we have to do first? Like, let's prioritize this reading. So I didn't need to start off with like negative news, but I mean, it's only of your benefit if I share with you what I see, so that way you can course correct if you need to. In terms of career, let's see. There may be a little bit of drama with coworkers. I see you sort of being on the outside of it. I don't think it's directly impacting you. But yeah, there's like a little bit of maybe drama or catty energy at work, or people just not necessarily on the same team. I think here's my advice, and this is not typically what I would say, especially to an Aquarian, but My advice for this, if it doesn't involve you directly, is to actually move away from it, distance yourself from it, because I see you wanting to intervene and be the pacifist, and in your true Aquarian nature, like, let's bring the people together. Something about this, it's messy on different levels, and you have enough going on. So my advice would be like, nose to the grindstone, like, mind your business. And I know you have good intentions, but this is one thing where you don't need to be like mama bear or papa bear and like solve everybody's problems. This is more like, yeah, you know what, just, not that you all work in an office, but it's like, go to the office, punch in, punch out, and come home, and like, you have your own stuff to sort through. So I would distance yourself from drama, even if friends or coworkers are trying to pull you in or get them on your team. I just have to be honest, I don't see it working in your favor. I think you're going to regret it, because it's like the people, they can't be swayed right now. They're very kind of pig-headed and egocentric and determined, and only seeing their side of the story. They're not looking for like, what do they call it, devil's advocate, which I think you're trying to play, and it's not working. So yeah, I would stay away from work drama. Let's see, so what is going on here? I do see you making good strides and progress at work. Again, I think there's some sort of mentor figure that comes through and helps you out and makes things a little bit easier. It's possible too, you're able to ask a coworker for help on something, or delegate. That's a very good word, if you're able to. And I know some of you, you're like, I'm a middleman, I'm a middle woman, however you want to say it. It's like, I don't have the authority to pass things off. You'd be surprised. There's someone who is very, very willing to help you. You just have to ask. You just have to be a good advocate for yourself. And maybe that's a challenge, right? Maybe some of you don't like asking for help. But especially at work, if you're feeling swamped or overwhelmed, I do see that getting better, but I do see someone helping to like intervene. Also, someone who stays away from the drama. It might actually be someone you're not tremendously close to, or someone super well. This may actually challenge you to reach out to someone who maybe I don't know if you've passed judgment on them per se, but it's not like a close buddy at work. It's literally just a coworker. It's like another face in I say the office very generally. But yeah, someone is going to be of great assistance to you, so accept the help. That's a really big message. I just realized my shadow is like really bad on this tarot reading. I might bring my light a little closer. Sorry, the cards are so dull. Let's see if I adjust this light a little bit. Is that too bright? We'll stick with that. Yeah, staying away from drama and conflict is going to be helpful to you. Because it may actually involve someone who you're not terribly fond of too. And so I'm sort of getting this idea that like, as much as you want to come in and be the pacifist, it's very like Libra energy, like the scales of justice, let me weigh in and, hear everybody's side of the story. It's like, I would not. It is not your job to be the judge here. Because there's, what I'm getting at is there's subconscious bias. That's what it is. And so the universe is like, no, like skip this one. Don't try and pitch in and help, because it's like you have enough to do. Let's see. Yeah, there's just drama and kind of, I don't know, I'm getting like Mars energy here. So and by that I mean it's just like there's drama, and like Mars is the planet of war and conflict and arguments. And so there's that around you. I don't think it's involving you directly, but it's saying like, be very careful with your words, because they may be misconstrued. People may be extra sensitive at this time, especially with the full moon. There's going to be a full moon. Let's see. I think it is at the end of the month. I think it's like September 29th. Happening in your third house of communications. So yeah, people might be maybe extra sensitive to your words or what you said, and it may put you in a spot of obviously not wanting to hurt or alienate anyone, but then also kind of like, is indignant the right word? And no, it's like feeling some type of way that your words were misconstrued, and now you're made to feel guilty or bad or held accountable for something you said when it wasn't, when again it was misinterpreted, or even via email. So just be very cautious with how you're phrasing and wording things. Put in the extra effort to be maybe a little bit extra cautious. I hate to use the word nice, but it might be called for this month. it's not that you have to sign all your emails with smiley faces, but do you know what I mean? It's like there's something about being a little bit extra cushy with how you're approaching people. Again, I don't think you're doing anything wrong. I just think there's a weird vibe in your workplace right now that you're kind of having to get out of. There could be some culmination if you've been taking a course that may actually start to pay off. If you're doing any sort of like education or learning to do something, whether it's involved in work or not, it could just be a side project, a side hustle, a passion project. You may be nearing the end or the completion of something involving education or learning. If you're writing something or doing or finishing a book that's very important, there could be something there. I'm not sure why that's important, but with the Queen of Swords and the full moon, I'm sort of being told to remind you of that. And maybe it's just like celebrating the little victories this month, because amongst all the chaos, right, there is reasons to be happy and celebrate. Let's see. If you're not making the amount of money you want, it could be as simple as taking some sort of course or class that can up your skills and abilities that would put you at a higher salary or higher pay grade, or allow you to earn, have multiple streams of income. Whether something about like an online business for some of you might be something you choose to pursue soon. I don't really know what that message is, but all right, let's talk about love and romance, because I'm not getting too much more. Work seems a little bit weird this month, so just, be prepared for that. Let's talk about love and romance. So for those who are single and or sort of casually dating, looking to see what's out there, I definitely see Scorpio coming into the mix there. You may end up dating or being with someone who it feels like they do all the talking. Like you can't get a word in edgewise. There might be some Gemini energy there. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. I see some of you there's a couple storylines here again too. So let me see where this is going. I see you dating someone very chatty. I also see you something very specific about the voice. I don't know if they have a very deep voice or a very raspy voice or a very high voice. There's something about the voice that is very particular. It could also be something like they're a singer, like their voice is, how they earn a living, or they're, a poet, or I don't know. There's something about like the projection of the voice or the sound or the volume. Maybe they're like a loud talker. I don't know, something like that. I don't know why that's coming through. It's just confirmation for some of you. I don't think it's make or break, but it's something different. It's a little bit disarming. I don't know what the word is. It's a little bit unique. We'll put it that way. All right, so let's see. You may end up having a really deep conversation with someone about near-death experiences, or something very, not taboo, but something very scorpionic. It doesn't have to be with a Scorpio, but the topic, something about like deep psychology and I'm sort of getting death. And I don't mean for that to scare you guys. I don't think it will, but it's like even if you're just going on a casual date and you've met someone for the first time, you end up having these very deep, like, meaning of life conversations. But the thing is, I think you seem to enjoy it. You may have dated someone who had a near-death experience, or someone who has struggled with illness, and so they've had several, like, scary moments in life. And I'm not necessarily saying that that's factoring into their current situation, but it seems to be a topic of conversation that you guys are discussing quite a bit. I don't know why this is coming through, but I'm getting something about like The Little Mermaid, which is completely unrelated to what I just said. Obviously that's not like a deep, psychological movie, but I don't know if you guys go on a date to see that movie. I don't know if that's even still in theaters, or something about your childhood in that movie, or I have no idea what that is, you guys. Something about that is coming through as like a topic of conversation, or something meaningful to the person that you've gone on a date with, or something that comes up. Anyway, what else? This person may still, and I don't know, this may be multiple people because I'm getting a couple things, but there also might be a Leo involved, or this person may still sort of be holding on to feelings from a breakup with their ex, like nursing some wounds from a breakup. That ex might be a Libra, another Aquarius, a Scorpio, a Leo. That could be you as well too. But yeah, so I would be cautious in terms of what you can expect from this person, because they may just kind of be, I don't necessarily think they're rebounding. I mean, it's possible for some of you, but it sort of feels like this person is just like starting to dip their toe in the pool again in terms of dating and seeing what's out there. And it does seem like you guys have a very strong, I would even say intense connection. Things may progress a lot faster than you would have thought. But the feelings seem to be there. I'm a little bit worried that this person is totally and fully ready to be in a new relationship. I think they still have a little bit of healing to do. So maybe I would maybe recommend be a little bit patient with them. This person may also be struggling with parents who are fighting or going through a divorce, or if they have a child from another marriage or children from another previous marriage, they may have children who are fighting a lot. There's like fighting energy that is weighing on them. So like psychologically, they're a little bit burnt. That doesn't mean you guys aren't going to have fun, but again, it's like you both have some stuff to sort out. So this feels like a relationship where you're brought together for enjoyment and pleasure, almost as like a reprieve from like the really intense stuff going off in your life. But look at it like that. Don't treat it like your priority, because it simply can't be, because you both have a lot going on. So this is like, get out and have some fun with a person, and, go on a date, go out to dinner, have a movie night, whatever it is you guys do, have some sex, right? But this is going to develop organically over time. The connection does feel very strong. I think there's a desire for both of you guys to hang out a lot more than you can. But that's a good thing. Don't look at it as like a negative thing, because in time, you guys will free up your schedules more and you'll have more time to invest in this relationship. So for those who are in long-term partnerships and looking to get like an energy check there, I feel like, let's see. So you have Venus retrograding in your 7th house. So issues of the past with your person, especially the topic of money, is going to come up again. Just examining what you value in this relationship and this person as well. Some of it is very beautiful and nostalgic energy. Some of you may go see a concert of like a band you both love, or a band you saw on your first date. There's like nostalgic energy about music, or, the song you danced to at your wedding, something like that. I like that. Let's see. Some of you, there's like this, I'm hearing criticism. So either your partner tends to criticize you about something, especially smoking, or vice versa. You tend to keep telling your person, you need to, something about getting your teeth checked or your teeth fixed, or this, I don't know, something about the dentist. I don't know. It's like nagging and nagging and nagging. That might come to a boiling point. And again, it's kind of one of those things where I'm not telling you so you dread it. I think it's a conversation that needs to be had, and just really understanding where you both stand on the matter. I don't think it's a make or break thing. I think it's something like, well, maybe it is. I don't know if there's ultimatums about you need to quit smoking or I'm leaving. But there does seem to be some like things that have gone unchecked, or have just kind of always been there in the relationship that you're needing to address. And it runs deeper than you think. The reason behind it, there's some psychological like fear or attachment to something that you or your person, it's like, it's not as easy as just like, oh, okay, I'll quit smoking. Oh, okay, I'll go to the dentist. It's like someone had like a traumatic childhood experience at the dentist or something like that. I know that's obviously very specific. It's not going to be for all of you, but it's not as easy. It's just like, oh, okay, I'll change. So I think whoever is on the opposite end of it, you need to give your person a little bit of time and patience. But I do think there needs to be some action, like action or plan of action of how we're actually going to tackle this, because it's significant enough where it is affecting the relationship. So I'll say that. Some of you feel like your person needs to stand up for themselves more, and they're not as vocal as they need to be. I don't know if it's in the workplace or with their parents, their family. It feels like they get steamrolled a lot. Like they're very people-pleasing energy. And I think you, again, sort of maybe nagging energy, like you've been on them like, no, like you need to talk to your boss about that promotion, or you need to do this. And you're getting frustrated that there's like some fear there for them to do it, but you're really encouraging them to, like, you know, be an advocate for themselves. They need to have a little bit more strong arming in whatever it is they're trying to pursue, or else nothing's ever going to change. So that, I think, is beautiful, because your intentions are good and you're really encouraging this person to do something that would be good for them. And it's not something that they necessarily love talking about, because they feel like, I don't know if they feel like you're bullying them, but the thing is, I think that's beautiful in relationships, when we challenge each other to be the best versions of ourselves. So that's something in your personal romantic relationships where I would encourage you, or maybe even your friends group, not at work, to be clear. This is not a work thing. Your personal, you know, loving family, maybe not family, but friends, or your romantic partner. Encouraging them to, like, you really need to do this. Like, there's so many reasons why. You know, it's good for you to be a sounding board and hear their reasons, but I think they have a lot of excuses because they know they need to do this, but they need to face their fears, if that makes sense. So I do see that as, again, being a difficult but important conversation that needs to happen. So for some of you, you need to work on your heart chakra. It's like your heart chakra is blocked, and that's affecting areas of your life. I don't know a terrible amount about that, but I'm just putting it out there. Again, some of you, in terms of someone coming in, you have like a Taurus or maybe a Libra that's coming in, or someone who's a singer or an artist or a musician. Romantically, there's potential there. It seems delayed, though. I don't think it's coming in immediately. Some of you, there's a Capricorn that's really stuck on you and thinking about you and desiring you, but it's sort of wishy-washy if they're going to reach out and make a move. Or you're waiting to hear back from a Capricorn. That's the thing, like, they are thinking about you, but they're not reaching out. I don't know if it's because they're busy or they're just being a Capricorn. I've been there. I've been there waiting on a Capricorn. Anyway, I don't really know what to say about this person. I think the sex is good if you've met them already. I think there's passion there, but they're kind of hot and cold. It seems like they're into you 1 minute and then they just kind of disappear for 2 weeks. So I don't know what's going on there. It could be that they're keeping their options open, that they may have sort of like a side piece. I hate to say it like that, but it's possible. If you ask them, they will likely be open and honest with you about it, but that's why they're not blowing up your phone, is because there's some indecision there, even if there's not multiple people at play, but there might be. Yeah, Pisces and Scorpio are kind of coming through here too. I would be careful that someone here isn't struggling with addiction issues or of any kind, right? It doesn't have to be drugs or alcohol. It could be food addiction, shopping addiction, sex addiction. It could be a lot of things. You definitely have people who are leaning on you for strength, but that's part of the issue, is like the rescuer in you wants to help everybody. And this is a month where you need to have very firm boundaries. Like Virgo loves a nice clean line and boundaries, versus its opposite sign, Pisces, where it's like everything and everyone are all together and it's just one cloud of, joy and whatever. Here it's like there needs to be firm boundaries, because someone in the mix, and we mentioned a lot of signs, may have some addiction issues, and they're trying, but they're not necessarily succeeding in kicking the habit. And so that may be bleeding over into your life, and you're almost becoming like a parent in the situationship, even though this is like a dating prospect. And actually, it's interesting that I say that, because for those who have children, some of your children may be struggling with an addiction issue too. So maybe look out for that. I also feel like for some of you, if you have a teenage daughter, you don't necessarily like who they're dating. And I don't know why that's coming through, because I don't have much more to say about it. It's just like, trust your gut, trust your intuition. All right, The Thinking Man. We're going to read from the book. 46 for Aquarius. 46. Is that number significant to anyone? 46? Let's see. The Thinking Man. Male wisdom or understanding. This card shows a man standing before an archway, gazing at a crystal in his hand. He is a thoughtful and reflective man, representing the potential presence of a teacher in your life now or about to arrive soon. This person may be there to educate you on the finer details of your chosen direction, or may be there to assist you in some specific spiritual, mental, or emotional pursuit. The card is telling you to pay attention for this. For this could lead to great strides in personal and professional growth. Absolutely. We talked about that a little bit, right? This man may also become a love interest or perhaps just a new male friend. But be on the lookout for this guide in the physical world and be open to his information. Learn what you can. A new discipline, technique, course of study, or healing practice could change your life forever. Awesome. And then I've been doing crystal cards for each sign. So what crystal wants to present? Maybe healing energy for Aquarius in the month of September. Whoops, it's not coming out. Aquarius, there we go. Malachite, calming and abundance. Malachite is associated with the astrological sign of Libra and those born in spring. Malachite is a calming stone that wards off insomnia and welcomes restful sleep. It is a talisman of abundance thought to multiply happiness, health, wealth, and love. All right, Aquarius, that's what I got for you for the month of September. Please remember to like the video, subscribe, book a personal reading with me if you desire. That would be awesome. There's information on how to do that in the box below. Other than that, have a beautiful September. I will see you all soon for more tarot. Bye, guys.